Yeah, so I believe going to much because of time. Before then, I will request one of us to lead us with a word of prayer so that we may proceed to it. Good morning. And we are going to try to rush so that we cannot mess up their schedule. So, who is Gikuyu TV? Gikuyu TV is a vernacular television channel broadcasting in Gikuyu language, but that does not mean that we don't broadcast using other languages. There are other programs that usually have the mixture of Kiswahili, English, and several other languages. So that is who we are. What about us? Our target market is diverse from all ages. That has been achieved through our unique programming, appealing to them. Being a local TV, we command a wide audience from Gikuyu community, which occupies 75% of Nairobi and its environs in central Kenya. I remember sometime this year, it was on July, we had the same presentation, so we are going to be brief. And I'd like also to say that we are happy and proud to inform all of you that we are now in the 47 counties. On July, we were just broadcasting in the 4 regions. But right now, we have spread our wings to the 47 counties. Therefore, I believe you can clap for us for the big progress. Thank you so much. Our programming, the Gikuyu TV's primary audience is people from the Gikuyu community of all ages. With this in mind, our programming is set to appeal to our audience. Then, on the contrary, we also have some programs that are set to compete on a national map. For example, we have the Idol Vibes show. This is a show that consists of reggae music. Reggae music is an international type of music. So, this is a show that has a wide viewership. It is led by Henry Manasseh, and it is a nice show, as well as with Fuja. It is an urban secular show, and also it has a very wide range of competitive with other media houses. And Taranda Sheshiana, it's another show which talks about children, their talent, and the like. So those are some of the examples of the shows that we have that usually have the mixture of languages. Our programs includes, one of the programs that we have is the DJ Afro movies. I want to note that this is the most viewed program in our station. The DJ Afro movies is over here. I believe you have heard about him. It's the famous DJ Afro. So these are all genre of movies commented in Gikuyu, Swahili, and 30 other languages by DJ Afro Amigos. He's the only person who understands even international languages, Chinese, India, and other languages. Then he interprets the movies to the language that we are going to understand. It airs every day as from 10 p.m. to 12. That is 2-hour program. We also have the CAF report, which is going to show you the range of the viewership that we have. It is quite high. It is one of the most viewed programs. Actually, it's the best. With a repeat during the day, the next day at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This one of 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. We have tried to identify some of the products that you have. For example, that one of the PSI is the one for condoms. So I believe this is the perfect time to place that particular product because of the target that you have, and also it is one of the show. This is the opposite. It is the urban gospel music show that airs every Sunday at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This show aims at sensitizing the viewer on spiritual growth, and it is led by a host known as Pasha Koi. She's over there. and DJ Leons, and it also has a good viewership. Out of it, I had talked about this earlier. It is the reggae show, and it usually airs as from Saturday from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., whereby the host and the DJ play all types of reggae music, and it has its own viewership. By the way, it is a nice show. So the next program that we have, we are not mentioning all of them. Actually, I'm going to give you some of the for you to identify all the programs that we have, but we are going to mention a few shows that have good viewership. So Igiheo Kanya, it is a unique show. It is an inspirational talk show that airs every day, every Sunday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Why is it unique? This is unique because its content focuses on the breakthrough undergone by persons living with disabilities. The show is meant to give hope to the disabled persons, and it is hosted by Zipporah Gikuyu. Talanda Shiashiana, it's another show. This is a children's show that airs every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 1 p.m. The show is meant to appreciate the talents of the children in the society, hosted by teacher Anu Esquitney and Ian Not Here, which is all about cooking. It is another new show that we have. You can see it in the papers that you have been presented. It's a show that has a mixture of Gikuyu, Kiswahili, English and other languages, actually even Jaluo. So it airs as from on Saturday as from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and a repeat of it on Sunday 4 to 4:30 p.m. and it also has an added advantage of informative fillers during the week. Products from Golden Africa, for example, the Avina or Pika, can fit perfectly to that program. How does Gikuyu TV partner with some of the brands? For this presentation, we have identified a few clients, but after the presentation, we will be sending the proposals to specific brands. We are going to start with the Coca-Cola. We are proposing Coca-Cola to sponsor our musical show, that is the secular musical show, Ukenga Kenga, the gospel Gikuyu show, Ikinyabwa Ikinya, the urban gospel show, and the I2 Vibes, it's the reggae show, etc. So, why the music shows? This is because of the people that are viewing the programs. We are aiming at the youth and adults as well. So Coca-Cola has been on the forefront in reaching out to the youth through different programs like Coke Studio and adverts. Since our musical shows target is the youth and the elderly as well, Coca-Cola will have a good platform for selling it or capturing more than the lower thirds and more than actually the normal adverts. So for the PSI product, we have identified the trust condoms, which perfectly fits in the most viewed program by youths and adults. For the PNG, it's PNG products, we have identified the Pampers and Aerial and several other products. So we were proposing the PNG products to sponsor the children's show, Tarada Shiashiana, because of the viewership. We have the children as well as the parents. So presenter mentions during the show will be there, and we will also be showing the adverts on our social media pages, which as well I told you that we have a very wide reach. If PNG Products sponsors this show, it will have a minimum of 10 advertising slots with Gikuyu TV, that is a week, per day. And since our children shows targets is the children and parents as well. These companies will have a good platform for selling its products during school visits every Saturday and also during our roadshows, which are done quarterly. Let us go to the Gikuyu TV red card. We have some several. Gikuyu TV rates. This is advert in seconds. We have 30 seconds, we have 45 seconds, and we have that one of 60 seconds, that is 1 minute. Our prime time, Gikuyu TV, our prime time is usually at 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. as well as during the day from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. whereby we have the DJ Afro movies, and also we have the Montano on Saturdays and on Fridays and on Mondays. So our prime time, let us start with the normal time. The advert of 30 seconds goes for 14,970, and that one of 45 seconds is 22,455. And that one of 60 seconds is 29,940. So if you calculate, if it's per day, this is 6 slots a day for a certain advert. The 6 slots a day goes for, okay, sorry, if it's that advert for 7 days, that is a week. You just multiply with 7 and then you get the figures. For this one, it's the 104,780. For 45 is 157,185. And for the 60 seconds, it's 209,580. So let's go to the prime time. The prime time is a little bit higher, but not that high. It is not a must that it's aired for 15 slots. You can negotiate for specific programs. For example, the daily programs that we have, maybe to come up with 8 slots a day or 9 slots a day up to 15. So, and it's calculated as well. The timing is also considered, if it's the prime time and if it's the normal time. So that's how we find the amount that maybe you're supposed to have. The documentary, we have 100,000, and that is for 15 minutes, not seconds. All prices advert exclusive, and production fees 100,000. Let's go to the sponsorship rates. Before we go to the sponsorship rates, I prefer the creative rates too. Higher. For 1 p.m. For 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Remember I told you this is our prime time during the day. So the added advantages are the same, but the price is a little bit higher. It's 600,000. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the same as the one for 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. The added advantages have not changed, as well as for 6 p.m. to 1 p.m. There is a little bit change. It is not 300, it's 500,000, but the added advantages are as follows. 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. It is our prime time, as you can see, actually the PM, and we have 6 commercials, logo placement, explore, and limited presenter mentions during the show, and it goes for 300,000. So the last part, before I go to the CAF reports, there is the Gikuyu TV grades 2 with the, I think everybody has the Gikuyu TV grades 2. I'd like to emphasize on the, we have the squeeze bags. We have the squeeze bags goes for maximum of 30 seconds. And if it's a program that airs for 30 minutes, we have the squeeze bags 3 times during that program. If it's a 1-hour program, we have 6 times squeeze bags during that particular program. And if it's 2 hours per program, we have 12 times of the squeeze bags. For the program lineup, it appears 3 times a day. That is in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, 3 slots a day. And for the upnet, as I said, it goes for the maximum of 10 seconds, and it is a maximum of 15 times according to our programs. So you are the one to decide whether you want the 15 slots or how many slots you would prefer. We have the next on where we are. So the average daily TV research in Nairobi. Remember, this is the August report, whereby we only had 4 regions. So we were trying to compete with the other media houses, but we were position 7 with 2.4%, and the figures for the audience size is 52,365. So we believe that now that we are in the 47 counties, we are going to increase more. Remember, we had the Central and the Nairobi, so that's where we were really trying. The areas covered, it's Nyandarua, Nyeri, Kirinyaga, Murang'a, Kiambu, Embu, Laikipia, Nakuru, and Kajiado. So this one is for Central. We have 2.91%. Remember, this is nationally. We have the average daily TV reach. Upper Eastern areas covered: Isiolo, Meru, and Tharaka. We were here with 1 point. So if you maybe partner, for example, that one of Coca-Cola, you will have added advantages whereby you can accompany us to such events and also have the presenter activations. This was the custodian. This was the program that I was talking about, the Haha kwa Haha. It is a secular musical show, and this is the program that we have. It is that program that you are saying targets the youth as well as the adults. So you can have the presenter mentions. When we have the live shows, you can accompany us and maybe carry the products and maybe talk to the people who are there. This is the promo for the doctor program.
Such contraceptives are not supposed to run during the day. So with that we can understand that they are suffering because their body cannot run during the day.
Anybody else has any questions to ask?
I also want to support what you asked about why go for Gikuyu.
Yes.
In the first place, our rates are better compared to most other stations. Because in the first place, the rates we give here, we can also negotiate. The other thing about Gikuyu television is what you said that we had like 4 channels, 4 regions. We are running on 4 channels, and we are able to be in the 10th position countrywide. This month we are now countrywide. So you can imagine if in 4 regions we can be in the 10th top position. Now you can just imagine how good we will be, considering the fact that we are now countrywide.
I think for me it's actually on that basis that I'm trying to push back.
Yes.
Because like I even said, I knew you were in very few regions and I knew the things are doing well. But you guys need to really tap into what can really wow us in as far as, because your ratings cover for you very well. I think it's just to repackage what you're presenting to each of us. Because I don't think the issue now here becomes ratings. It's just to pick up and say, hey, this guy with these ratings, what magic are they doing and where is it they're doing it to help activate our product better. If there's any partnership that you have, you can even include them in that. If there's any radio guys that you partner with, just look at, I think, critically look at each of the brands that we have and the weight that they hold. And then look at what else you can offer other than the obviously. Because when you look at something like this, I'm saying there's a sponsorship that everybody else can actually offer. So it's just to really take advantage of the ratings that you have and give us packages that are solid. So I think for me that's what is the best way. Even if it means reaching out through PG obviously. So in the case of PSK, that I handle condoms, reaching out and saying what is the problem with condoms? Therefore the ratings that we have, and if we go nationally, what can we do for this condom? And we package something really nice and then we send, because we also, I call us media planners, marketers, because for me to even convince a client or any of us here, it must be something very solid. I don't want a client coming back and telling you know what, even the other station can do that. So what is different here? Yeah.
The impact of the good television. So I did not do adverts in other television at the Stadium. I did not even have the posters. The only source of advertisement I did was through our television, and we were able to fill the Stadium. I hope you also that those pictures. That one I did it intentionally because I wanted to see how did we in viewership. So we did not do any advertisement. Using any other radio. We don't have a radio. We don't have a mother company like a radio or something. It's just Gikuyu television. And those people who are there, we only call them, or the only information they have that we are having the celebration is through our TV. So that makes us know that we have viewership in Thika. I know that we are countrywide, we know we are going to do better. So, side like let's say we have Coca-Cola and we are charging them, let's say